Hello and welcome to the EFA Tutorial 2.0, Part 3, Floor Plan Manager. In Part 1, the Site Manager, we already created a building line by using different building site studies, and in Part 2, the Program Manager, we uploaded the room program. Now what do we do with the Floor Plan Manager? In a short period of time, we develop floor plan variations with the corresponding characteristics. We go back to Plan. We now want to try to fill the building with rooms. To do so, we turn off the View envelope and go to Level O. We can see that the building we had earlier now turned to an outline in the Level O. This means the program is trying to fit the rooms within the outlines. Outside line with an arrow pointing inwards and courtyard line with an arrow pointing outwards. We assume to fit the rooms on 2 levels. That means we add level 1, and if you click on it, you can see that the outside lines are displayed because the building is taller than 2 levels. We now go to Update All Levels, and the program tries to fit all the rooms of the room program in the building bottom up. This procedure takes some time, because without assigning the rooms and the sloping outline edges, a lot of different possibilities have to be checked algorithmically. If the unlikely case should occur that the program crashes down, EFA creates a file with the ending AVE if it had been saved earlier. By renaming the file, it can be used again. We can see the rooms arranged very closely in Level O. If we go to Level 1, we can also see rooms have been arranged but with space available in between. So for now we know that 2 levels are enough to fit in the rooms in this type of buildings. In the visual room program, where we haven't yet assigned any rooms actively to the levels, all the rooms are still in the level neutral cloud, under target levels. On the other hand, if we go to actual levels, we can see the automatic room assignment by EFA. We can now turn the actual levels to target levels, but here we want to choose our own outline parameter. If we go back to Plan, we find out that we can fit the room program in 2 levels in the existing building object. But because the surroundings have 4 levels, we want our building to also have 4 levels. To do so, we take a building structure outline half the size of the one before. Before that, we go back to the tabular room program to add important and additional information. For example, we haven't yet inserted any groups. We will do that in the visual room program. First, we will skip minimum width and proportions of the room and only determine that all rooms have to be exposed. We click on Light and Command Copy as C, activate all rooms, and under Command V, all rooms are now exposed. This means all rooms have to be placed on the outer side or on the courtyard side to be exposed. We now go to the visual room program and target levels and add 2 levels. Now we spread our area on 4 levels. When the green button lights up, I can shift the rooms. Level O, Level 1, Level 2, Level 3. By checking the square meters, we can see that the distribution isn't equal and spread them more evenly on the levels. So what next? What else can we do? We can also group the rooms, for example. Let's say the two green rooms should form a group in the ground level. To do so, we drag and drop one of the rooms into the other. For this activity, it's better to turn off Auto. As a next step, all the pink rooms of level 1 should form a group. Each color corresponds to a category. Multiple activation as in all programs by holding the command key. Now we create the biggest group with all the rooms of the brown category on level 3. Why can't all categories of one color form a group? Because it has to be possible that rooms of different categories such as office or meeting can form a group. We will check the realization of the groups formation in the outline display. Switching to the tabular room program, we can see the groups being displayed. I could also set them here by using 3 numbers and get 10 times 10 times 10 more possibilities to group and subgroup. The new targeted levels are also visible here. We go to level O and see the new determined rooms are available, but we still have the old outline. Not only buildings can form an outline, also the outline border can form an outline. Switch to top view. This means, for example, even if we delete the building, we can still form an individual outline. We have already prepared polylines to be able to explain this quicker. We have added the levels. We click on boundary line and transform the polyline to a boundary line by pressing F, Enter. Click on the polyline. Right mouse click. We use the same procedure for transforming the inner lines to boundary line for inner courtyards. Without the existing polyline, we would immediately sketch the boundary line. Anti-clockwise for the outer outline, arrows point inwards, and clockwise for an inner courtyard, arrows point outwards. To close the boundary line, always go to Command C for close. In our example, the inner courtyard's arrows are still pointing inwards. So this would be an outer outline, a house inside the house, which of course cannot be displayed like this. To change this, I can go to reverse here and change the direction of the arrows. Now I get a building with 4 inner courtyards. What else can I do? I have the opportunity to insert circulations, point circulation, linear circulation, polygonal circulation. I can insert rooms by going to space or voids. We choose linear circulation and sketch an aisle which is 2 meters wide. Under Auto, I sketch an orthogonal aisle which I can close into a circle under C. I can shift the aisle as much as I like by activating and clicking on it. I add more aisles as I did before in the orthogonal mode. I can repeat commands by right mouse click. I close sketching process also by right mouse click. So what other possibilities are there? Staircases and lavatories, for example, which are rooms that have to stay located at a specific spot and won't be available for the automatic room distribution. Under Void, I sketch 2 new staircases here. I won't have to add this additional information, but I can determine it in advance. Now let's see what happens when I go to Update. Oh, Eva reacted real quick and placed all the assigned rooms. Orthogonal layouts are faster than polygonal layouts. In the characteristics, we can see by the color of the rooms that all the green rooms are fully displayed. The yellow ones can be placed while using a deviation of 15% maximum, which can be set, and the red ones, if there are any, won't fit in. Here I can see that the 40 cm outer wall and 15 cm partition wall, which can be set, have been considered in the arrangement process. There's more than 15 cm space between the wall and the aisle. So in the next step, it would be possible to make the building a little bit smaller or change the room depth from 5 meters to a higher figure. In the ground plan layout, we can see that all the green rooms have indeed been located as a group next to each other. In the upper levels, we won't have a defined external shape yet. We now copy the outline shapes of level O to level 1, 2 and 3. Why do we have to copy this on each level? Because the level might be having different kinds of external shapes in theory. We activate the boundary lines and copy them each under Command C and Command V. Later we activate the aisles and the voids and copy them each under Command C and Command V. We update level 1. Now look here, all the pink rooms have been arranged as a group next to each other. Now we update level 2. All rooms fit in, are placed on the outer walls, arranged on the aisles, and the voids have been considered. Now we update level 3. All the rooms of the category brown have been arranged as a group next to each other as preset. What other opportunities are there? As we still have some space, I could add individual rooms. We can individually shift rooms. The green space indicates each possibility. I can block activated trees so they stay in their original position after updating. Here are all the update commands and I can choose yes for automatic. What happens then? The layout updates automatically by shifting boundary line. By setting Reset No, only the newly added rooms will update. And by setting Use Unassigned Spaces No, rooms that have not been assigned to the levels won't be considered for the next update. We can undo this command under Edit, Undo. We switch to the display plan. In general, everything we do is automatically in a 3D building, which I could move level to level. Under View, Show All Levels, I can display all layouts at the same time in 3D. Here we only researched 2 variations, but as displayed, we could also research many more by shifting the boundary line, which will shortly present layout and building variations in 2D and 3D with reliable characteristics to us. Now we export our second variation under Export Project as an Excelist DXF file or IFC file. After exporting to a DXF file, we can see the rooms displayed in Archicad with category, target area, room number, room name, and actual area. The outer and partition walls are also displayed. I could keep on sketching in the CAD program. Each level is being displayed separately on top of each other. By exporting to an IFC file, all the layouts will be assigned automatically to the levels as a room description. Thank you very much for your attention. This was the tutorial EVA Part 3 Floor Plan Manager. Please find the detailed answers to your remaining questions concerning commands and options under Help.